Me, man. Boom. You went here, boom. This is when I'll grab it with two. All right, man. I'm really sorry. It's in my pocket. Go on. Boom. All right, guys. In this lesson, we're going to be breaking down how to use a cane for self-defense. So this is a cane from Cane Master. And what I love about this cane, one, is that it is super light. The second thing, it's a solid cane, guys. It's well designed for self-defense and as well for practical use if you're holding a cane. You have these dents and these grooves over here to give you a better grip if you're striking in close quarter. You have more over here if you're grabbing it with one hand or two hands. You have a nice handle design right over here with some grooves as well as here. And this is great if you want to trap or hook. You also have this part over here. You can see I just smashed it on the floor. But it's solid, and this is designed, again, to strike in close quarter range. So we're going to be breaking down how to use a cane for self-defense. We're going to be looking at long range, close range, and if you're faced with a knife. So keep watching. All right, so let's look at how to use the cane as a long-ranged weapon. So move back a little bit. First thing is, guys, again, awareness is everything. Bring up your hands. Look at his hands. Is he holding a weapon? He's getting into a fighting stance. Again, my dad was holding a cane, so the reality is you probably don't or might not have 100% mobility to do this type of stuff, right? Chances are you might be a little bit less mobile on your feet, so we have to be realistic. So the idea that you're gonna kind of like, you know, pick up the cane and move around this way and like, chances if you're holding a cane, you're probably limited with your mobility. So, what you want to do is first make sure you have a good solid base. Try to not keep your feet parallel, one foot slightly forward. Use the cane over here where you can put a little bit of weight on it. Bring your other hand up. First thing is, I don't want him to get close. I don't want to have to deal with him from here. The cane is a long-ranged weapon. I'd rather use it to keep him back than allow him to get close. So what are some of the strikes that we can do? What I like about bringing up my hand here is that I can transfer the cane from here to here. It's up in a second and ready to strike. I could strike into the face, into the eyes. I could also go with a nice low line where if I'm here, I'm swinging it underneath. And what I like about this one, I can come right on top. The second point I like is that by bringing up my hand here, if I strike here, there's a great follow through. As I come here, the hand comes right back here. Now I can swing it this way. Swinging the cane, I'm not doing wide motions because this allows him to trap the cane if he steps in. I want to keep it short, either straight through the center line, or if I go around, it's quick snapping shots kind of this way, almost like a stick, right? But I'm avoiding the wide movements. I don't want to kind of swing it big. If you swing it with two hands, so if I did this, let's say Mike, I did this, he moved back, and I see him walk in, and I could pick it up, I'm gonna strike, again, quick with both hands. But again, you gotta be careful. How strong is your balance, right? I don't want you to risk trying to swing the stick and losing your balance, because the last thing you want to do is hit the ground. So it's also good for you if you're training and if you have a cane or the Cane Master, is to actually train with it so you kind of know what's your mobility, how can you fight with it. You don't want to figure this out in the middle of an attack. If I go with two hands, so let's say he went boom, and let's say you dropped a little bit, Mike, and he went here, boom. This is when I'll grab it with two hands and just crack him across the head and make sure I finish him as quickly as possible because I don't want him to get up, right? Again, if you're holding a cane, chances are you are in a more vulnerable position. You might not have the mobility, and he probably chose you as a victim because he probably said, okay, this is going to be an easy target. So you have to strike very, very hard and commit to it, right? Now, let's look at some of the strikes in close quarter range. All right, man. I'm really sorry. It's in my pocket. Go on. Boom. Guys, we're going to be breaking down now how to use the cane in close quarter range. Now, Mike, you weren't expecting that, right? So my hands came up, and what did I do? I hooked. Why? I applied pressure here. Try to resist, Mike. Mike, you're a big boy. You're strong. Try to resist everything you got. Right, so it's almost impossible. I'm not putting a lot of pressure. So he's actually getting a bruise. You see it, guys, check this out. He's getting a bruise just with the pressure here. So what am I doing? As I pull this way, I palm strike up. Now, if he moved back, this is when now, boom, I start to use the cane from a far range because I don't want him to get close, okay? So let's break down a few more strikes. So grab me, Mike. What are some of the strikes that we can do, right? So the first thing is I want to bring up my hands. I want to create a stake. What does he want? He wants my money, guys. Just give him the money. It's not worth dying or getting into a fight. Maybe he has a knife, and we're going to see that a little bit later if there's a weapon. So it depends on what the situation is. If you've decided that's it, I'm going to commit, I'm going to defend myself, I'm going to bring up the cane. Again, what are some of my options? I can strike this way, coming up, right underneath the field, right underneath this field of vision. I can strike into the throat. I can strike underneath the jaw. What I did is I hooked and I palmed, right? So don't forget your other weapons as well, even though you have this over here as the main weapon that you can use. Now, the other thing that you can do in close quarters, if I strike here, I can use the cane to strike across the face. I can use this cane to strike across the throat. I could also use it to apply pressure, right? I could also hook behind the head this way. Even if Mike try to resist, you feel this, right? I have the handle and the hook of the cane, and you can see there's a point here where I'm just doing this to drop him. As I drop him, I can strike here. Once I create distance, move back, Mike. Once I start creating distance, now I'm gonna make sure I don't let him get close because I wanna keep him back. Come close, Mike, again. So from there, I can strike underneath the field of vision. I can strike right over here with the handle. I can go with two hands. I can strike him this way, here. I can hook the arms. I could also apply pressure. It hurts, Mike, you feel it. So you wanna always continue your strikes. So if I'm doing this, putting pressure here, I'm striking here. If I'm striking there, I'm striking up. If I'm striking up, I'm swinging. What I like to do is transition the cane from one hand to another as I'm striking, because I want to get him as far as I can as possible. Now, we have to be very honest, guys. This also depends on your mobility. Now, we're doing it up against the wall. If you're up against the wall, the good thing is you can kind of use the wall as leverage to give you a little bit more balance so you don't fall. But that really depends on how much mobility you have. And this is why I say, guys, training is so important, right? If you don't have a training partner, use it in front of the bob dummy, use it in front of the bag, but you need to figure out what you could do and not do with it while you're training, and you're able to kind of figure out your mobility and how mobile are you while the cane is in movement and striking. The next thing we're going to look at is if he has a knife. What's up, man? I don't have any money on me, man. Boom. Oof, you thought that, right, Mike? I couldn't see his hands. I assumed there was a weapon. He asked me if I had money. I started moving back, and what did I do? All I did is I used the wrist, and I went right into the head. Now, he's wearing a helmet, but Mike, did you feel that? Yeah. Now, imagine I would have went crack, and I would have hit him. Let's say you took a little step back, and you got up. As soon as he got up, I would have brought it here and make sure I don't allow him to get close. The other thing is, Mike, do you feel this? Wait. Yeah. You feel it, right? And I'm just tapping him, right? Now, you could imagine if I go, he's dropping that weapon. So, yes, I want to strike into the face, strike into the chest. Maybe I'm going to strike high, strike low. But if I see the weapon and I can strike from here and go right here, right into the hand to make him drop the weapon, or if he was here and you feel that, right, Mike? As if I'm here and I'm striking there, boom, and I can strike into the hand, I'm going to do it. Now, in this scenario, guys, you want to use a lot of force. He's got a weapon. Obviously, if he wants your money, okay, no problem here, I'll get it to you. Just give him the money, create distance. But if you feel your life is in danger, and again, you got to defend it. Now, if you're watching this video and saying, Nick, you know, yes, I can do stuff like move back, Mike. I could do stuff like this, where I'm like, you know, but that's not realistic, right? Again, my dad had a cane. He had very little mobility, right? So my movements have to be according to my balance, and this is why striking, boom, here and moving. Again, I strike and I move, and I create distance and I bring up the cane and I don't let him get close. And the moment I see that I can strike the weapon hand, I want to make him drop that weapon. If I strike, let's say here, boom, and the hand comes back and I'm here, boom, and I could strike him with two hands, I'm going to go for it. I prefer going with two hands. If I, let's say, did this and I went low, and let's say you dropped Mike and you went, oh, and you went here, boom, this is when I would go with two hands. More of a strike where I know I'm going to finish him. Because going with two hands, if I miss and it crosses the center line, he could attack me. And especially against a knife, guys, I always say create distance, right? And this is where the cane comes in really handy to help you create distance. But if it's close, come slowly, Mike. If it's here, grab me like here, and he's got here, and he's doing this, boom, I'm going to strike. I'm going to grab, if I'm here and I do this, maybe I'm going to, look at his hands, guys. It's all red. It's all bruised, right? Maybe here I'd be like, okay, no problem, no problem. And I go whack, and I make him drop it. Then it creates an opportunity. And just once I'm like, boom, I'm just start again, keeping the distance, quick, snapping shots, not too wide. I want to keep it as much as possible, moving around almost like an X, without any wide movements that allow him to come in and trap the cane. So I hope you guys enjoyed this lesson. You want to learn more on how, if you want to learn more where you can get the Cane Master, click the link in the comment box. Let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching.